Hello, everyone. I'm Mason Beam at the Wise News Network, and my question for you is, have you ever visited the Cherryville Little Theater? If you have, tell us down below what your favorite show was. With Bright Star, a play set in the Blue Ridge Mountains, coming at the end of this month, we felt like it was a good time to reach out and learn a little bit about the program and its history. Let's go to Grace Smith with Wade Stroop, the current treasurer and longtime theater member, for more on this.
Hi there, everybody. This is Grace Smith with the Wise News Network, and today I'm here with Wade Stroop, who is the treasurer of the Cherryville Little Theater. How are you doing today, Wade?
Doing great, Grace. Thank you for being here tonight.
Absolutely. Thank you for having us. Now, can you tell me a little bit about what the Cherryville Little Theater means to you?
Well, it's really dear to my heart because I've been involved here in this building with this group for almost 40 years. The theater was organized and formed in 1973 by a local group of local citizens that just wanted to see performing theatrical arts here in Cherryville. And since 1973, the Cherryville Little Theater has remained active and a vital part of our community. And I grew up just around the corner from this building, so I was in my first show, or involved in my first show, in 1980. So most of the 50 years I've been involved here. So it's dear to my heart. But it's the relationships, the outreach to the community, the quality, good productions that we've put on the stage here for over the 50 years. It means the world to me. It's just a dear, dear place for me personally.
And what is one thing that you think that the Cherryville Little Theater brings to the community?
There's so much that Cherryville has to offer, but this is unique in that for 50 years, it's been a place for young, old, adults, all ages, all backgrounds to gather and to perform a theater show, a drama, a musical, something on stage. And that's been our focus here. And that's the thing I'm most proud of, probably from being involved for so many years, is that our mission, in a nutshell, is to bring quality theatrical performances to stage, and for the enjoyment and for the entertainment of the Cherryville community. So, and we've done that. We've never veered from that path. That's what we do. We're right now working on a show called Bright Star, and I'm sure you'll hear more about that soon. But that's what this theater is about. It's about selecting shows, working, auditioning, practicing, hours and hours and hours of practicing to put on a show for the Cherryville community. And we're very proud of that as well.
Awesome. And you've been involved backstage, on stage. Do you prefer a specific role?
Well, years ago when I started, I was on stage quite a bit. I was in quite a few shows on stage, and then that kind of veered to being backstage, working on sets, stage manager. Lighting was my forte back in the day before all the new LED technology came to fruition. But now I'm kind of veered more into an administrative role. I'm the treasurer of the group now, and we've got a lot of good, capable people in place that are working on the on stage and backstage. So my forte and my love for the theater is the kind of house and grounds and working on the administrative part, the financial part of the theater, and hopefully being a pretty good advocate for the theater in the Cherryville community. So I'm the old guy on the board, so I leave all the work of the shows themselves up to the young, energetic folks on the board.
And I hear that you guys have a very exciting season coming up. Can you tell me what you're looking forward to most?
Yeah, we're kind of in the middle of our season. Our season starts in September, and last fall we did a 50th review because last year was the 50th anniversary, the 50th year of the Cherryville Little Theater. And we followed that up with a show called The Haunting of Hill House, which was very well received and a very good production. So this remainder of this year, we have Bright Star, which we're in practice for now. That's coming up at the end of February. And then late summer, we're really excited about a show, The Little Mermaid, Disney's The Little Mermaid. And we've done some junior scaled down versions of that here before, but this is the full-blown production. And Angie Dolan, our current president of our theater, is the director of that show, and she's got some wonderful plans already in works for that show. So that's our two primary shows remaining in this season. But we have a lot of what I term secondary shows. We've started a comedy improv night. So we do those kind of randomly through the year, quarterly, and that's been well received, and we're scheduling those for the coming quarters of 2024. And also we've opened our theater to the Lincoln Charter school system, and their drama department has some shows scheduled that are coming up as well. So we're kind of in an association role with those. We're not actively working on the shows, but we open our theater, and we gladly open our house to those folks to produce their shows and put their shows on stage.
Wow, that is very exciting. There's a lot of exciting things coming up for the Cherryville Little Theater, but a lot goes on behind the scenes. Can you tell me a little bit about what goes into putting on these productions, at least in your role?
Yeah, there is a lot that goes on that you don't see, and it's not talked about quite a bit. But each year, our board of directors, we have 9 individuals that are that serve 3-year rotating terms on our board. And each year, and right now, we're actually perusing copies for our 2024-25 season. So about May, we will set and select our schedule for the next year. So, and again, that will be 3 or 4 primary productions and perhaps some secondary productions in there as well. But that's a big work of the board, is annually going through. We solicit for directors, producers to come forward with ideas that they would like to see, plays they would like to do, and they submit a proposal, submit an application, write why they would like to see that done, and then the board scrubs through those applications and also reads those plays to see what might be the best fit for our theater and the best timing for our theater. So that's a big process that goes through. So right now, I think we're looking at 7 or 8 shows, but we've got to whittle that down to 3 or 4 shows, and there may still be some coming in. So I'd also like to say, if anyone's interested in directing a show, to please go on our website, look at the application process and submit applications, and also would love to have people volunteer to come out and assist, because there's a lot of effort that goes on, not only just the actors on stage, but behind the scenes, backstage workers, tech crews, front of house, ticket sales, concessions. Just a ton goes on for a 2, 3, 4 night show leading up to that show, right? So.
There's a little something for everybody.
Absolutely.
Is there anything else that you would like to add?
Just really appreciate Wise News Network getting out the word about the Cherryville Little Theater. We've, over the 50 years, we kind of go through peaks and valleys of energy here, and also of community participation. But during our 50th year, 2023, we saw an incredible resurgence of interest in Cherryville Little Theater, and people. We have a record number of patrons and sponsors this year, and we're very proud of that and very thankful for those individuals that are sponsors. But we would really like to focus on that, is engaging the Cherryville community, getting people to come to the plays, getting people to enjoy the plays. We love people that are on stage and behind stage and working on the plays. They have a passion to do that. And this play coming up, Bright Star in particular, is going to be fantastic, because there's a lot of people involved, and it's going to be a really high energy, very good show. But we want people to see that. We want people to enjoy that. And we think we have a lot to offer, and we hope that we do a good job of offering that to the Cherryville community.
Now that we know a little more about the theater, let's focus on upcoming events. In a moment, we'll go to Grace Smith with Angie Dolan, the current theater president, to ask about the upcoming programs. There are a lot of things coming up after Bright Star, such as it not being too late to audition for this summer's play, or to get your kids enrolled in one of the various summer camps hosted by the theater. Let's hear more on that now.
I hear that you're putting on a pretty cool production called Bright Star. Do you mind telling me a little bit about it?
Sure. So Bright Star is a bluegrass musical written by Steve Martin and Edie Brickell. It's based on a true story. It's set in the Appalachian Mountains of North Carolina, and it kind of flip-flops between the 1920s and the 1940s. There is this woman, Alice, who was an unwed mother in the 1920s, and I'm trying not to give too much away because there are several times in this play where the first time I saw it, I gasped and sat in the audience with my mouth hanging open. So I don't want to take that away from anyone who comes to see it. But so it really is a story of Alice and how she is kind of like looking back at her life and how it went and processing all these things that she has gone through when she was like 17 years old. So.
Wow, that sounds very interesting, and it takes place just right in our old backyard, the Appalachian Mountains. Yeah. So I hear that there will be a live band for the bluegrass parts of it. Can you tell me a little bit about what has gone into organizing that aspect of the musical?
Sure. So our music director, Mary Bolton, she held an audition, and we tried to canvas as much as we wanted local musicians. So we tried to make sure we were reaching out to people that might not otherwise be familiar with musicals and community theater. We tried to reach out to people in like the bluegrass community. And so we had people come and audition, and we put together a band just for Bright Star, and they're all local musicians. So it's very exciting.
Wow, that is very exciting. And bluegrass is very near and dear to Cherryville's heart. So it's such an appropriate musical for the community. Can you tell me one thing that you are looking forward to most about this production?
Sure. So there are several people on our cast who this is the first musical they've ever been in. And I am a dance and theater teacher. So that's one of my favorite things about working at the theater is getting to see people kind of like falling in love with performing. And at that first part where it like kind of bites you and you become obsessed. So I'm super excited to see the people who are new to the stage and watch them live their best lives up there.
That is awesome. And audition period for this play is already in the past, but I know that you guys also have some stuff coming up and even a summer camp program. Could you tell us a little how people can get involved in that if they're interested?
Yeah, so we have auditions on May 19th and 20th for The Little Mermaid, and we're casting that for anyone from a rising fourth grader all the way through adults, so King Triton age. So if you fit in that category, you should come on out. And then we also have our teen summer camp. It runs 2 weeks. You can choose to do one or the other or both. The first week is a writing camp. So the kids come together and they write an original play within a week. And then the second week, they put on that, they learn the play that they just wrote and they put that on. And so they'll have 3 performances of their show. And this is our 3rd year doing it. I have attended both of the 2 previous shows, and they were hilarious. You would be shocked how creative and, it felt like you were watching a play that, some professional playwright put on. So it was really cool. The dates for that are, the show dates for that are June 21st and 22nd. So it's the 2 weeks before that. And all that information is on our website. So
very exciting. It seems like y'all have a completely booked and busy schedule for the rest of the year, and I personally can't wait to come on down and see a couple of shows.
Yeah, I hope you do.
Thank you so much.
Well, that's all for today, folks, but before I go, let's get you all some details. The Little Theater is located at 301 West Academy Street in Cherryville, NC. Bright Star will be coming on the weekends of February 23rd and March 2nd, with showings beginning at 7 p.m. on Fridays and Saturdays and 3 p.m. on Sundays. The tickets are only $10, so be sure to show this lively troupe your support. As always, everyone, if you're enjoying what we're doing, leave us a like down below. Comments with ideas are always appreciated, but you can also email us at newsdesk@wisenewsnetwork.com or find the Contact Us page on our website, wisenewsnetwork.com. You can stay up to date with all your local news by following us on Facebook, TikTok, Twitter, or Instagram, and we'll be happy to see you there. Until next time, this has been Mason Beam with the Wise News Network.